Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's learn today that whether domain names play an important roles under SEO or not. You will also learn that what are the importance of domain names and what are the factors that you should keep in mind when you are booking the name for your website so that you can also get better rankings and all the benefits in SEO that someone gets when they book a good domain. And friends, I am also going to teach you all several such tips and tricks because I have been in digital marketing for about 16 years now and we are using SEO since 2007. So we have seen this industry evolve and we have witnessed changes within it. And during these classes, I am not just teaching you here, I am also sharing my industry experience with you. Until date in digital marketing, we are providing SEO services and other services to multiple countries worldwide, and here we are going to share that practical experience so that you can also understand it practically, which is hard to learn from books. I'll also include that in this course. So, friends, these are SEO factors, and here we are going to understand that when you have to choose a domain name, what are the things that you should keep in mind. And the first point that tops the list is that your domain name should be crisp, short, and simple. Sometimes people choose long names, but you should not do that. Why? Because people can't remember. Now it should be short and simple. For example, google.com. It's so easy. Marketing Fundas, okay? Marketing fundamentals, okay? Remember it. So the lesser you complicate the domain names, the more people will remember your website. Because what happens is that people tend to have short memory. Memory span is quite short. So you should keep that in mind. Next is industry related or niche. Now for your domain name, here for example, I have a marketing or an advertising business. So what is my domain name? Marketing Fundas. The first word described here is marketing, which means I'm telling you what I do. The second is my approach, which means we use new innovative ways and share marketing tips. So in this way, your niche should be industry related. Okay, so you should keep your domain name related to your niche or industrial sector. Okay. So this is a best practice. But for example, if you happen to have any other requirements, is that clear? Like Google has no relation to this. But that's a unique name. So if you want to put a unique name, then that is also possible. Check availability everywhere. Why am I saying this? Because what happens is that when we book a domain name, and so with the domain name, we get a .com and we will book that. But along with that, we also need to notice that are we getting our country's extensions here? So we should notice that alongside with our domain name, our social media's URL, that whether the URL is available or not here. Therefore, you should always check if you are getting enough visibility from that name on your social media and other important multiple extensions. Check all of that because everything is interconnected nowadays. Now we'll talk about preferred TLD domains. This preferred domains, which means top level domain, it is called as TLD, top level domains. And on the domain name, you will probably only find one of our courses on YouTube. I'm not claiming, but I haven't seen my videos. Maybe a new one is created. As you can see on my screen, this is a complete playlist that we have made on domain names, a full course that we have created. We have covered maximum of topics related to domain or domain names so that you can understand it properly if you want to become an IT professional. TLD, or as we commonly know it as top level domains, it includes .com, .net, .org, .biz. Okay, there are many domains like that. And I prefer, or generally people usually prefer .com since it is very popular among the audiences. And sometimes what happens is, let's say someone said our website is abcfundas.com. Okay, now it is abcfundas.in, but people in general would assume it's abcfundas.com and therefore they will automatically search that. Avoid hyphens and numbers. Okay, this dash or 1, 2, all of these symbols or numbers should be avoided in the domain name. It should be a proper name with alphabets. Other than that, make sure it is easy to type and remember. Sometimes it happens that the name is short, but name is complicated. Okay, suppose the spelling is very difficult of your domain name. These are the things that you should keep in mind so that anyone from your audiences can easily spell or type it out and remember it. Now we will talk about the 7th point. Do not use repeated letters. People generally do. For example, so what I'm trying to say is that for an example, you can take a domain name as an example here. Suppose it is called bazaar.com or imagebazaar.com that we want to book. But ZAR is not available. We'll add ZAAR. Okay, or suppose I want the domain called marketingfunda, but I can't find marketingfunda.com. So I will put double S in front, or I'll add Z. We should be avoiding spelling mistakes or repeated words and all these things. Is that clear to all of you? Always choose a good name, which is clear with no spelling mistake. There is no need to change the name or spellings when choosing the domain name. It is not a good practice. Use a domain name generator for new domain ideas. Sometimes people are not related to this industry, or they don't have many relatable ideas. So nowadays there are several such websites that you can go through. If you type in your name or your industry, it will give you related domain name ideas. You can also check Google for those. Add keywords to your domain name. What now? People ask, should I create a domain name with a keyword? For example, someone might search on Google that dental clinic in Delhi, add.com. So they make that entire specific keyword as their domain name, because all the traffic is on this keyword. If the name of my domain is same as this keyword, then I will get the rankings faster. They think like that. So friends, now suppose if your business has some specific requirements, and if you are doing keyword based targeting, is that clear? So you can do all of that right here. I wouldn't say you can't do that. But think that if you want to build a long-term brand or a company, then you should not be using a name that is based on a keyword. Okay, so you have a company name or a brand name, but you also have multiple websites. You have created a couple of websites based on keywords for SEO ranking. Then it's okay. But for a brand name, you can't use a domain name that is completely based on a keyword. Now we are talking about branding domains. Branding domains are basically aligned with your brand name. For example, my company is called Marketing Fundas. So my domain name is marketingfundas.com. Like this, okay? Now let's see what are the advantages of these branding domains. If you are already a brand, and there is one more thing, friends. As you can already see on the screen, these keywords that we think to add in names. So specifically the example I just gave you, dentalclinicindelhi.com, the domain that is booked. Along with that, there are those who do affiliate marketing for a particular business, industry or product. They also use specific domains because their purpose is to gain traffic. The affiliates use particular industry related keywords so that they can attract the traffic to their page. Because the audiences will be clicking on links and buy goods. That can be also done. So for some business, keyword based domains are good. Coming back to 10th point, branding domains. If you are an established brand yourself, then branding domains with your brand names can turn out to be very beneficial for you, okay? Next point is if you want your brand promotion and awareness. Because the domain will catch people's eye, they will repeatedly click on it and remember the name. If you're doing many brand promotion and awareness, and if you use your name, they will only see your domain name like Marketing Fundas. Then they will get an idea, okay? So those people, they will be able to relate to it. Your branding will be better and audiences will remember your name. Your brand is your name means yourname.com. Many times what happens is that people use their name itself, like let's say someone kept Raju Digital Marketer. Raju Digital. So he also named his domain as Raju Digital. My company is Marketing Fundas. So I named my domain as marketingfundas.com. Similarly, if our brand name is our domain name. So if our name is our brand, we can keep it as it is. Our next point is your brand is very unique. Now, if your brand is very unique like Ibibo or Google, if it's unique in this way, so you can do that. Now, all these conditions that are given here, which you have to keep in mind about these points and domain while booking a domain for yourself. And one more thing that I would advise you is that the domain factor is very important because it is useful for search engines, but alongside with that, it is also very important for the users as well. The same users who brings higher search ranks and will connect with you, it is extremely important for them. You should also think from an user's perspective. And after all these consideration, you should choose a domain name for your brand. Okay friends, now let's move on. And friends, here are some 2 to 3 tips that I'm going to share with you on domain names, and it is extremely important. Everyone who practices SEO have these questions and you're going to get answers, so pay close attention and understand this. The first question here is, are domain names important to SEO? Everyone wants to know this, website owners wants to know this, SEO practitioners wants to know this. Does the domain name affect SEO? So friends, domain name. which I am telling you through search engines that SEO is not considered a direct ranking factor. It is not a direct ranking factor that if you use this, you will be elevated by a special ranking provided by Yahoo or Google. It's not like that. Search engines do not see it as such. Okay, so this itself is not a ranking factor, but there are some specific elements that are present in your domain name that can play an important role in your overall SEO performance and success. Indirectly. Okay, like there are some elements, one of it is memorability. What did I tell you earlier? If the name is easy for the user to remember, they will type and search for it because your domain is easy to remember that users can easily search. Next is length. It should be short. Keyword usage. If there are keywords in the domain, it can be used like that and it can boost search ranking. So for different domains, there are different keywords, brandability and more. So there are several such small factors like this, which plays an indirect role in your SEO success. But your domain names are not given any special preferences. Okay, neither by any search engine. We are talking about the second point. Does changing your domain name affect SEO? Now, let's say your domain name is marketingfundas.in. Earlier, when I had no domain name, I had to choose .in, but now I have gotten marketingfundas.com. I have made websites, pages, and URLs on the domain with .in. Now I will move it to .com. Will my SEO be affected? Friends, definitely. Even if you have made alterations to your old pages or if you have added redirects to your old pages or sites, no matter what you have done, but URL has changed, right? The page that was ranking www.marketingfundas.com/SEO from that. Okay, now it is the marketing.com/SEO.com. So from .in, it is not .com. So the entire URL has changed. So that is why it does affect. So whatever domain name you choose, keep long-term planning in mind. You put in so much effort, spend money, do everything, and later you have to change it all. Keep these things in mind. Besides this, is .com the best for SEO? Is .com the only best option for SEO? So friends, this domain extension, which we also call as top level domain or in short TLD, it is the most popular option among choosing domains. But there is no such indication that it receives any special treatment by the search engines, that we will rank you because you have .com. But as I have already told you earlier that the users automatically set their mind and assume that website ABC is .com even if it is .in, and because of that they automatically search for xyz.com and not .in. By default, it's assumed by most people. But search engines don't give any special treatment that will make you rank higher if you take a .com. So it is used more here and it happens to be more desirable compared to any other provided domain options. Okay? So this can be an indirect factor, though it is not a direct one, as there is no such special treatment provided by search engines, but it is effective. As I said, people have assumed this, it's stuck in their minds. So friends, I hope that this video was informative for you. Thank you.